Yo, what's going on guys? In today's video, we're going to be breaking down how to create null object transitions. We're going to be creating really simple slide transitions using null objects. So if you're a beginner, then this is going to be the perfect tutorial for you. Before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know that I run the Motion Visual Shop where I sell editing packs and presets for video editors. So if you'd like to further support me, I'll have the link to that down in the description. With all that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, so here in After Effects, I have 4 clips in total. And we're going to be creating that transition in between these clips. Before we do that, I'll label the layers with different colors just so that we don't get confused, because sometimes when we're creating these transitions, you can get mixed up with your layers. So for this first one, I'll just change the color to yellow. And then for the third one, I'll change that to blue. For the last one, I'll just change that one to orange. So I have 4 different color layers here, and the first thing we're going to do is overlap all these layers. So grab your 3 clips besides the first one and just drag it back so that they all overlap with each other. And now what we're going to do is change the position of the next 3 clips besides the first one. So for the first one, just leave it as it is. And then for the next 3, we're going to change the position. So in our case, I'm going to bring this one up. Let's turn off the other ones for now. For the second one, bring this one up so that it aligns with the top part of the first layer. And you want to make sure that, you know, it like perfectly aligns, because if it doesn't, then there's going to be like open space and it's just not going to look good. So as you guys can see, the second clip, which you can't see right now, is right on top of the first clip. So that's really important. And then we're going to change the position of the third layer. And for this one, we're going to have it over right next to the second clip on the right side. So basically what we're doing is creating sort of like a box shape with all of these layers. So I'm just going to grab this layer and then bring it all the way up, bring that to the same position as the other one, and then drag it towards the right so that it's right next to the second clip. Like I mentioned, you want to make sure that the layers are actually aligned with each other. I think like right there should be good. So I'll zoom out and then you guys can get a better view. So the layer that we see right now in the composition is the first clip, and then the yellow clip is the second clip, and then the third one is the blue clip. Then we're going to turn on the last layer, which is the orange layer, and then just move that towards the right so that it's right next to the first clip. And I'll just align it with the third clip. So it's going to be 28. Oh, and also my composition settings is 1920 by 1080, but this is how it looks so far. So we have all these layers showing at the same time because we overlapped all of the layers together. Now what we're going to do is create that slide transition from the first clip into the second clip, which is the one right on top. And then it's going to slide to the blue clip, which is the third one, and then slide to the fourth clip. So we're going to be going like up and then right and then down. So let's create a new null object. And before we create any animation, let's just turn on the motion blur for all the layers. And I'm just going to cut this composition so that it ends at final clip. All right, so this next step is really important. Grab all of your layers or your clips and then make sure to pick the parent pick whip, drag it to your null object. So now that all of these layers are connected to this null object, if I open up the position, as you guys can see, has full control over each layers. And the first thing we're going to do is create that slide up transition so that it slides to the second clip. Let's go forward like 8 frames because I want the first part of this clip to just play normally, and then we want it animated once it reaches the 8th frame. Keyframe the position, go forward 10 frames, hold the shift button, click page down once, and we're only going to focus on the Y value of the position. So let's drag that up so that we can see the second clip, and make sure when you're keyframing the position, it fully captures the layer. Easy ease both of the keyframes. Go into the graph editor, and I have mine at the speed graph. So if you want to use the value graph, you can also use that, but in our case, I'll just use the speed graph. Grab the right point and just drag that towards the left so that the influence is at 100%. And now when I play this, we have that really smooth slide transition from the first clip into the second clip. Oh, also another important thing is make sure that your clips are like long enough in order to create this transition, because let's say that the first clip wasn't this long and it was like this long, then as you guys can see, it like cuts off and then, you know, it creates that transparency. It just doesn't look good. Just make sure that your clips are long enough in order to create this transition. Next thing we're going to do is transition into that third clip, which is this blue one on the right. So let's create a new null object. Make sure to connect the first one to the second one by grabbing that parent pick whip tool and then connecting it to that new null object. And of course, we're going to keyframe the position for this one as well. I'll keyframe this one at the end of, or at the second one for the first null object. Keyframe that, and then we're also going to go forward 10 frames. And when I'm doing this, we have this black composition. We're going to fix that once we finish the animation. So let's just first create that position keyframe where we can see the third clip. Make sure it fully fits the composition. Easy ease the keyframes. Go into the graph editor, and we're going to create the same exact graph as we did for the first one. Drag that all the way towards the left at 100%. And this is what we have for the animation so far. Okay, so we're going to create another null object, and this one is going to be used in order to slide to the final layer. So make sure to connect the second one to the third one that we just created. Open up the position, keyframe that right there, and then go forward 10 frames. Make sure to slide down for this one so that we can see the final clip. And I'll just keyframe mine like right there. Easy ease the keyframes. Go into the graph editor and create the same exact graph. So this is what we have for the animation. And as we're playing this, you guys are going to notice that we have transparency right here, as you guys can see. So in order to fix that, we're going to add a motion tile. Add a motion tile to the first layer, increase the output height to 200 and click mirror edges. That gets rid of transparency. Then we're going to add a motion tile for the third clip, which is the blue one. For this one, increase the output width to 200, click mirror edges. And now when I play this, it creates that like weird overlap between the third clip and the second clip. So what we're going to do is move around the order of the layers. In order to fix that, we're going to grab the second clip, and I'll just drag that towards the top so that it's right above the third clip. And now when I play this, we don't have that overlap anymore. Then we're going to add the motion tile for the final clip. And for the final clip, I'll just copy and paste the motion tile from the first clip. So click Control C and then click Control V on that final clip. And for this one too, it also has that weird overlap. So for this one, just drag that right underneath the third clip, and that gets rid of that weird overlap effect. So just to break this down so that it's a little easier to understand, this first clip is the aqua color, and then the next layer is actually the final clip. So that's the orange one. And then the layer after that is actually that third clip, which is the blue one. And then the layer right after that is the second clip, which is the yellow one. So here when I zoom out, it's like a little easier to understand. And that's the final transition. And when it comes to these null object transitions, honestly, the best thing you can do is just keep practicing them so that you can get better at it and it'll become easier to understand. But that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.